I know it's only 3 weeks away from the Cheltenham Festival. It won't be long to that. Roar goes up ahead of the Sky Bet Supreme. But for a couple of hours, we're going to take a pause. We're going to talk about the world's most famous steeplechase, the Randox Grand National. And look at this here. If by chance, Neptune Collonges, 25 years young, winner of the race in 2012. Like he has been the last few years, here to greet the people. And lots of public coming up to get a pat with him. Vicky is dedicated groom. How is he?
He's good. He loves doing these events. Yeah, puts on a show. And
I was asking you, do you think he does it? He goes to Old Hay?
Yeah, no, he definitely does. He loves the kids at Old Hay, and he definitely loves coming to these events.
And it's great. He's such a happy retirement. Hello, he's wanting to shake hands. And what a horse he was. You think is Grand National winner when he beat Sunny Hill Boy, but the third behind Demon and Caught Star in a Gold Cup. What a wonderful racehorse.
Oh, he is. He's one of the greats, isn't he? And it's great that then he can come out and do these events and
look at them ears. Yeah, absolutely. So he's great with the kids. Everybody comes up and has.
Loves, he just stands there and he literally loves the attention with the kids at Old Hay. So yeah.
And giving you a nudge.
I know, yeah. A reminder that you want some polos, probably.
He looks fantastic. It's great to have him here. Yeah, there's 75 horses going to be given their weight very shortly by Chief Handicapper Martin Greenwood. We'll speak to him. We'll speak to lots of the connections, trainers and jockeys. Some horses, like last year's winner, hasn't actually qualified for the race yet. Nick Rocket, he needs to run in a chase before the 24th of March. So there's lots of water to go under the bridge, but the weights are about to be unveiled, and we'll bring you up close and personal with plenty of the main participants in this year's race. Right, the weights have been revealed. A man who needs little introduction around this part of the country, and fond memories.
Oh, definitely fond memories. Papillon Hedge Hunter. I've been here to witness many great nationals as well. It was a brilliant race last year. I mean, I was sat in the ATV trucks, but to watch 5 of Willie's horses heading to the last in the line, and then for Patrick to win it, I don't remember watching a bad Grand National or walking away from a Grand National and not thinking, geez, wasn't that brilliant.
In the first 3 home last year, 160 north of. It shows you what standard you're dealing with nowadays.
Yeah, you are. I mean, even when you look down through it, I mean, so many horses now with Gold Cup entries are towards the top of the Grand National weights. I mean, I Am Maximus, Grey Dawn, and Spillane Tower. That's just 3. There's loads of horses now that, could they be Gold Cup horses? Well, if they're not, they're definitely national horses.
And if they're fine after the Gold Cup, Grey Dawn and Hurtley Couleurs, I wonder this year with the close proximity of the Irish National, Willie and Gordon may be going for a Trainers' Championship. Do you think we might get down the list a little bit further with that in mind?
Yeah, I'd say someone like Christian Williams is hoping you will get all the way down as far as the deep cave where he is, but you could. And with Cheltenham being where it is, and you never really know, do you? And I know last year the cut-off was 145, I think. It could be a little lower this year.
Yeah. What caught your eye when you saw the weights?
What caught my eye, what jumped out at me was the £5 that Martin gave Spanish Harlem. I thought that was quite harsh for him, but what jumped out, I thought Captain Cody was on a lovely weight from Willie's. He was one I definitely thought was in the right side of the weights, and obviously Iroko, he stuck a couple of pounds into him, but a year older, a year stronger, he's going to be at the top of loads of people's list, isn't he?
3-card brag, I thought Gordon's who ran well at Newbury, 2 keen in the race last year. We've seen Hedge Hunter, what he done the year before you won on him.
Yeah, horses can come back and get there on their second attempt, and yeah, definitely 3-card brag. I mean, I guess Cheltenham will tell a lot. There's a couple of horses not qualified, loads of horses are run at Cheltenham, and I know it's great to have the weights and be thinking, could it happen? But until after Cheltenham, it won't take shape.
This year we get 72-hour declaration, which is an extra day to build the race up. No harm, is it?
No harm, no, but I suppose I would always look at it through a jockey's lens, and 72 hours out, you're looking at a forecast, you're either one who wants to be in a nice ground that lashes rain in Liverpool for 2 days, and for 48 hours that you're not going to win the Grand National. So different folks, different strokes. If I was changing one thing, I'd close the entries on the 1st of January, and I'd have the weights out the first week of January, and I would go the other way with it, and I would then try and make every horse run between there and the end of the Cheltenham Festival, and put the ones with form into the race.
Yeah, and recent form.
Yeah. I would make a few small changes like that. I'm not so sure about. I understand every change has been made here in entry, but I do think when you get to the lineup in the Grand National, it shouldn't be the top 34 horses in the weights. it should be the 34 horses in form. Bit like the Melbourne Cup. I would be going along down those lines.
Good to speak. Plenty to think about. Good to catch up.
Cheers, man.
Right, the weights have been revealed. Time to catch up once again with Martin Greenwood. You've had the task. Many sort of bread buns fired at you by the trainers?
It's been okay so far, but no doubt after a few drinks, people will be picking my brains more severely.
And telling you what they really think of you?
Yes, but I already know.
But again, we've seen the way it's a classy renewal.
Yeah, basically almost a carbon copy of last year with the same number of horses at the top end as they were last year. So I fully expect horses to be rated 160 plus, turning up on the day.
Spanish Harlem, extra £5. Ruby Walsh is moaning to me about that.
Yeah, well, it would have won the TSDs. The Irish guys, my equivalents, have taken a much more lenient view, but I'm convinced that horse would have won that day.
He's still a player, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he makes 1 or 2 mistakes, but, you know, these days the national fences don't pose quite as much of a jumping test. I think that's fair to say. And he's form of his life.
We were speaking earlier about the Irish handicapper doesn't take the cross-country form into effect. You do.
Yeah, of course. So that explains the disparity between Favori de Champdu and Final Orders. Basically, I up them for winning the cross-country races at Cheltenham. The Irish guys don't. Yeah. So it's more what they don't than what I do.
Gordon is 12 in it. Wouldn't be surprised if Jack Kennedy went that way.
Yeah, well, I'm obviously not sure exactly which one he'll ride, but obviously he's always got lots of entries. Gordon, obviously, he's won it a few times. Again, the Irish National is a week before, so whether that plays into which horse runs where, I think we're all just guessing at the minute.
Yeah, we are. We're guessing ground, etc. But in short, really deep renewal, classy race. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a high-class handicap of the year now, as last year's results showed, you know. And I fully expect them to be several quality horses in the race. Hopefully it'll be a nice tight finish, or as tight as it can be in a competitive betting heat on the day. And
unexposed horses seem to have a good record recently.
Yeah, I mean, Paddock Attack would be a good example of an unexposed horse.
What a season she's had.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely trounced up in the Mez chase at Newbury. Oscar's brother needs to run again to qualify, but a novice. Western Fold, a novice, you know, although a bit more experience. I mean, any sort of punter looking at any race always looks at unexposed horses.
Western Fold's done it in all sorts of grounds.
Yeah. I mean, he's a very unique sort of horse, really, because he's quite an experienced novice in big handicap company.
Good stuff. Thanks very much for your input.
Okay, thank you.
Right, we've just heard the workings of Martin Greenwood, and we'll get some bookmaker reaction with Michael Shinners from Sky Bet. Thoughts?
Yeah, interesting. We are 6-1 the field at Iroko heading the market. We're 5 places now, Niall. I suppose there's no real big shocks, kind of as you would expect. You've got Iron Maximus, who obviously has previous in the race at 12-1, and Horticolor at 12-1 as well. So the Iroko heading the market. JP McManus looks like he's got a strong hand in the race, but yeah, no real shocks, I don't think.
Just looking down the list, I wonder with Gordon and Willie going for the Irish Championship, the Irish National just on the money before, might we get a little bit further down the list this time around? You've got Horticolors in there, you've got Grey Dawning, going for the Gold Cup first and foremost, so will they both turn up?
Yeah, I mean, obviously a different makeup to the race. We've got a max field of 34, so I think there's a chance that we could get down into, do you think we'll be getting down into sort of like the 50s, those sort of horses down there?
Easy, yeah.
So kind of with that, yes, there could be some horses that haven't really been thought of right at the bottom of the weights who could be of interest, but I think of the main protagonists, I don't think there was anything sort of a real shock, but yeah, I think that's a fair shout that the Gordon and Willie horses might not necessarily run in the races that you think that they're going to run in.
Nick Rockerty has to run for the 24th of March to qualify.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he, you know, obviously not had a real clear run at it this year, was a really good winner of it last year, slightly up in the weights as you would expect, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Obviously has to get a run into it. I think there'd be a few of those sort of horses that would need to qualify, but yeah, he's obviously of interest, but like you said, the Gold Cup's going to have going to play a big part as well, with a number of those horses who probably will take their opportunity on the Friday of Cheltenham.
But to confirm, we've got 73-hour decks this year, gives the sort of public the once a year an extra day to study the form, to pick out their favourite colours, etc., etc. but you're 5 places already.
Yeah, 5 places. Iroko heading the market. I am Maximus and Haute-Claire next in. And yeah, very much looking forward to it. Should be a fantastic day.
Good stuff. Thanks, Michael.
Cheers, Niall.
Joined now by Patrick Mullins. The reality is better than the dream, is what you said, and it remains that way.
Oh, without doubt. I mean, it's it's the dream as a kid, it's a dream as a grown-up, and it's very rare that it's as good as you hope. And but I wouldn't mind doing it again.
We've seen Bobby Joe for the Carberries, Papillon for the Waltzes. To do it for your dad, I was doing interviews after. I've never seen your dad like that.
No, and I think that made it. I think everyone got a great kick out of that. Now he was on a lot of medication for a dodgy knee, so I'm blaming that. But he did get a great kick out of it. It was great that my mother there. It was just a pity my grandmother missed it. That was all.
I should be super proud, super proud. And it's the ride you had the whole way round.
So, I've been lucky enough to ride in the race a few times, and just something always goes wrong, and nothing went wrong. The chances of that happening are so rare. You're trying not to pinch yourself. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Tell us about Nick Rocket. At the minute he's not qualified. It sounds like he's had an interrupted season.
He has, but he's been in training all year. We were hoping to get him to the John Durkin. He was declared. He got an overreach the day before, so we had to take him out. Then we had him enter at Christmas. He got another little setback, so he missed Christmas. He's back riding now. He's not going to make the Bobby Joe, and obviously he needs to have a race probably in the next 3 weeks. So he can't have anything go wrong. But we are hopeful that we'll get a run into him and get him to the National.
Now, last year's result for your dad, with you riding it, he can't top it. I don't think it's possible. But if he doesn't make it, and you could choose any of the 11 in the top 34 trained by your father, well, what you've seen the weights, what do you like? Like Grange Clare West, start with him. He was unlucky last year, wasn't he?
He looked a little lucky. He looked beaten, and then he made a mistake, and then he came back. But I don't think I'll be able to jump Brian Hayes off him. He wanted dry. He needed dry ground. I thought Captain Cody and High Class Hero caught my eye, but I can't do the weights on them. Champ Kiley, just when I watched back the Irish Gold Cup, he jumped and travelled with the main group, Gaelic Wire Factor File. He's unexposed. The way he jumps will really suit the new entry fences. And Champ Kiley is one that, if it's a case that I'm looking for another horse, he'd be one to put my hand up for.
I am Maximus. Record he has. He's a pound higher again. It's going to be hard for him, but his record is his record.
Look, I thought he ran an extraordinary race last year because he didn't jump and he didn't travel. And I think, again, the ground for him, he wants soft ground. The year he won, it was quite slow. He was able to get into a rhythm. He didn't get into a rhythm yet last year and still got into the position he did. And also, he missed his third run last year, the Bobby Joe. This year, he's had 3, he'll probably have a 4th run. I know he's a year older and a pound higher, but he's had a better prep.
Yeah. And coming here today, how did it feel? A winner of it with seeing all the replays from last year. Still enjoy, it's magical, isn't it?
Sure it is. Now, I was given out, we were having taken pictures with the bus outside, and I say, why am I on the bus? But anyhow, other than that, it's been fantastic. I mean, it probably never happened again. This is what a place to be inside, and extreme stuff.
Maybe because a Man United fan on a Liverpool bus outside St George's Hall might get egged, or it may be worse.
Well, that's true, but I don't think they have a lot to worry about us for the last couple of years anyway.
All good. Cheltenham coming up close, all good with the team?
Yeah, 3 weeks tomorrow. It doesn't be long coming around. Everything came out of DRF well. Final man was a bit below himself. We've given him an easy time. We'll probably start working them maybe next week. At this stage, they don't need hard work. It's just a case of tuning them up again. Hopefully, just get there with no issues.
With the 18?
With the 18. Look, I mean, Factor File lost him out. Final demand, I think we have a great team there. Hopek, yeah, we'll hopefully get him out for another schooling session around over Punchdown or Leopardstown or Fairhouse, somewhere like that. We'll simulate a race as much as we can. So he'll be going there with plenty under his belt.
Great to catch up. So much to look forward to. Wish you well.
Thanks very much.
What a story this season Hannity Collonges has been, and maybe another chapter. Rebecca Curtis joins us now. Up 7 for the Denman.
Yeah, I thought it was harsh at the time, but I don't know if maybe all his wins previously, the handicapper's finally catching up with him.
If he goes wins the Gold Cup first, you'd be happy?
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't like being put up, but at the same time, if we're realistic about him having a chance in the Gold Cup, I suppose going up to 166 makes it more
live contender.
Yeah.
So you'd be hoping for a ground on the slow side, just on the slow side for Cheltenham?
To be honest, he's gone on any ground. I mean, the Welsh National that day, they were, I heard Mick on the telly was almost calling it good to firm down the back straight, so I think he's very versatile on ground.
So as things stand, Cheltenham's the plan, and then see how he is after that, and maybe try and do a Garrison Savannah all them years ago when he was just touched off by Seagram.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. I'm not thinking any further now than the Gold Cup, so we'll get that out of the way, but at least we've got at least 4 weeks now between the Gold Cup and the Grand National, so I definitely wouldn't rule it out.
And after them, when he come home, he's fine.
Really good. In fact, the way it worked out, I know some people knocked his performance, didn't travel maybe as well, didn't jump as well, but I think he was very lonely in front. He was sort of in third gear. It was a horrible ground. He's just quickened up the straight. So to me, he's had a very easy race. You sort of see that with him at home. He ate everything there. He was very fresh. So it was a perfect prep.
What a CV he's already amassed. You know, he's been a credit to you.
Yeah, no, he's been amazing, and that's what we all say. God, you got Gold Cup dreams and stuff. If he never did anything else again, he's been an incredible horse for us. So.
It's been great so far. We wish you all the luck in the back end of the season.
Thank you.
The Randox Grand National, we've got William Hill as the betting partner. Lee Phelps joins us from William Hill now. The weights have been released. Thoughts?
Yeah, interesting. Hannity Collonges is the big one for us, the big mover, out from 10s to 14s, up £7 off the William Hill Denman Chase win. The traders just thought at 166, this is a competitive race now, Niall, isn't it? It has been for a few years now. And off 166, off that kind of mark, then that's a tough ask. So yeah, 10s out to 14s. In terms of horses coming in the other way, Resplendent Grey's one that's come in from 33s into 25s.
Ollie Murphy's first runner in the race.
Yeah, really interesting one. Obviously, you know, for the kind of like the non-racing fan, if you like, everyone loves to back a grey on the day as well, so there might be a bit of money there. Stellar Story, another one that we've heard about today, in from 50s to 25s. Obviously won the Albert Bartlett 2024, it was heavy ground, so that could be another one that's really interesting to look at.
He's in the Irish National as well, I suppose ground will determine where he go.
Yeah, exactly that. And of course we're all looking forward to seeing if Twig makes it into the race.
£500,000 up for grabs from yourselves.
Yeah, the William Hill £500,000. Obviously we've been the official betting partner of the Randox Grand National for the last 3 years, and we wanted to get involved in the story, you know, the journey of this. And so, you know, any horse that qualifies via one of the 3 trials races and then goes on to win the Grand National as well as winning those races stands to pick up an additional £500,000 on top of the 500 grand that's already up for the winner. So £1 million race. Twig, yeah, we see off a mark of 146. We were wondering whether that would be enough, but listening to Handicapper, it looks like maybe it could well sneak in there, so it'll be fascinating to see. I mean, we obviously would like, it'd be great to see it, and you know, we want to see, without getting ahead of myself, 2027 Randox Grand National. We want to see, you know, more and more horses going into those trial races with a chance to win the additional £500,000 on top of the 500,000 for the race.
72-hour decks, that might generate more publicity, more betting revenue.
Yeah, you'd hope so, wouldn't you? I mean, you know what it's like. This race is about, you know, the everyday man and woman in the street having a bet as well, going into the betting shops and, you know, the sweepstakes and all the rest of it. But yeah, absolutely, anything that can help generate interest in this great race is fantastic, isn't it? And yeah, great for us.
Yeah, good stuff. Thanks for the updates.
Thanks, Al.
Right, it's time to catch up with Lisa O'Neill, representing Gordon Elliott. No better person. We'd rather speak to you than Gordon. You'll know more.
I don't know about that. No, it's lovely to be here, Niall. Great event, and really looking forward to Aintree, which, obviously we've Cheltenham first, but we're not too far away.
Absolutely. It's a race, obviously, Gordon, when he won it first with Silver Birch, he hadn't trained a winner in Ireland. Tiger Roll, we know what he went on to do. What a legend. It's a race that Gordon loves.
He does. He's done extremely well in the race. Obviously, as you mentioned, Silver Birch, Tiger Roll winning it 2 years in a row, who's been a phenomenal horse for Gordon, and he loves sending horses to Aintree, and he plans for his horses at the early start of the season. He thinks ahead and picks out what horses are prime candidates for the race.
There's 12 in it. I'll start maybe a 3-card brag. He ran probably just too keen in last year, but a solid run behind Panic Attack in the Coral Gold Cup.
Yeah, that was a really good run by him. He's in great form, and hopefully he'll be ridden a bit more conservatively this year because he was too keen in it last year, but he goes there with a big chance.
Jerry Clum, we haven't seen lots of him, but he's a horse that, if he could bounce back, it could be tailor-made for it.
Yeah, I think so. If he bounced back to some of his previous form, he could have a big chance in it. He's in great form as well at home, so fingers crossed that he can rekindle his form.
Well, give us a couple more that you think would be towards the top of the list.
Yeah, obviously Western Fold, he's an interesting runner. He's a horse that can improve. We've seen what he's done through the season so far, and he's on the upgrade. Firefox, potentially he's a couple of entries for Cheltenham, so he potentially could go to Aintree as well, but we'll see where he ends up. He's a class horse. And Favorite Champtou, who obviously was very good in the cross-country race at Cheltenham in January, he's another horse for the Aintree Grand National, and I think I'm quite sweet on him.
Yeah. I wonder with Jack, would he have a headache where to pick?
Yeah, I think he'll have a big decision to make, because he's plenty of options going forward with the runners that Gordon has for it. So, yeah, I think there'll be a big decision to be made for him.
Western Fold from the Galway Plate on good ground, soft ground, Leopardstown last time out. He's just a really likeable little horse, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not even a big horse, but he's, I suppose, progressed so well through the season, from handicaps even to running so well in Leopardstown, Dublin Racing Festival. He's still a novice as well, but yeah, he's a big heart and a great attitude, and I think he's a big chance as well.
Well represented, looking for the fourth win. We wish everybody Collonges well.
Yeah, thanks, Niall.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.